Alright guys, back here with another video for reveals. Today they have showed off the new one of the new secret rares, which was kind of reviewed a little bit on that board that they posted at San Diego Comic-Con. So we're gonna go over this card as well as the promos from a few days ago now. It's like what, 2-3 days ago. The reason why, turn my light on here. Perfect, it's a little bit better. I'm gonna do these now. I felt like I didn't know if they were going to be doing any more promos, but it looks like these actually come with the starter deck. So, I'll read the stuff here. So this is the Goku and Z Leader promo that will be available at the pre-release, which is, this is set 1 Goku. I believe set 1 Goku that they did a reprint for. And, where's it go? And, important part, one of the 4 Z card promos, promo 402 to 405, will be included at random in starter decks. That's interesting. So that doesn't mean that you'll open a starter deck and you'll get the same color promo, which I think is kind of odd. I think they probably should have just included the color promo with it. But we're gonna go over the Z leader, the actual leader, and then the promos as well as the secret rare. So we have Super Saiyan Blue Son Goku returns. Permanent. If you have 7 more energy, this card gains crit. What will be interesting is if this card counts Z energy for this top part here. I'm assuming it doesn't because it doesn't specify, but again, this is, rulings we have to figure out, especially with new mechanics in the game. Auto, when this card attacks, draw 1. This card gets 1k power for the turn for each card in your energy and Z energy. Additionally, if you have 5 more energy, this card gains double strike. So here it says you get 1k for each card in your energy and your Z energy, and then additionally if you have 5 or more energy. So I'm assuming, it seems like Z energy is going to count for this effect, which makes it way better because you're not getting the 7 energy in the current state of the game with a leader that doesn't ramp. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure this leader doesn't ramp. Yeah, it doesn't ramp. Alright, we have Ultra Instinct, Son Goku, Limitless Awakening. This is a really cool looking card too. Very cool looking card. Critical Double Strike, Awaken for 1 blue, on top of a leader that is Blue Son Goku. Life is at 3 or less, or you have 7 or more energy. When this card attacks, draw 1. This card gets 1k power for the turn for each card in your energy and Z energy. Auto. Once per turn, blue, place 1 of your Z energy in the owner's drop. When your opponent attacks the battle card, negate the attack. So this has a built-in negate that cannot be countered because it is an auto, which is pretty cool. Card also allows you to just have kind of a finisher. That's kind of the big thing we've kind of noticed with a lot of the Z leaders, is the idea of a Z leader is to be a secondary finisher or a primary finisher, just a way to end the game, which is gonna be very interesting when we get into like aggro decks, right? We're gonna have like Z leader, focused aggro decks that are gonna focus on just putting, these big numbers on your leader, which is, it's very interesting. There's some very interesting combinations you can think of just off the top of your head, and even more that you have to just kind of explore on your own. But there's definitely some very interesting options for using these Z Awakens into the current format, or just expanding the format a little bit. And then this is the unawakened side of the leader. Now we're going to go over the promos. There should be 4 promos, right? Yep, 4 promos here. So 1 for each starter deck. Now these were, as said, you get them at random. It says, right? One of the 4 will be included at random in starter decks. So that doesn't mean you're going to get the one for your deck, which I think is kind of odd, but it is what it is, right? So Videl, Daughter of the World Champ. This is a 5k unique. If there are 1 or more Earthling cards in your Z energy when this card attacks, choose one of your opponent's battle cards with 15k power or less, KO it. This card gets 10k power for the turn. Very interesting card. Very interesting card. So this card costs 2 Z energy and 1 normal energy. No defense or anything, but can kill something 15k or less, which is very cool. Generally, you don't see KOing effects from red cards, which is why it's interesting. Generally, you see the negging effects. So the fact that this kills something is just unique. It's very strange, especially for a red deck, but it's a cool looking card. We have My Future Possibilities. I think all of these are the same thing. So these are all 1 drop 2 Z energy cards. If you have one or more Trunks future cards in your Z energy when this card attacks, it gets 10k. Okay. Activate main once per turn if there are one or more Trunks future cards in your Z energy during your opponent's next turn. The first time they attack with a battle card, then it costs 5 or less, or 5 or more, negate the attack at the start of the battle's offensive step. Okay. So, interesting. So this is an activate main. This is very cool. So, you can play this for 1, and then activate main on this. If you have a future Trunks card in your Z energy, it instantly will negate an attack. So even if this card, as long as you activate this activate main, if this card dies, it shouldn't matter. The effect will still kick on. And at battles, yeah. So you can't counter this. So as soon as that card attacks, you negate. Now, there will be ways to get around this. Obviously, you just attack with another card, like a 5 or less, and then it will trigger. But it has to be a battle card. So if you have like a little 1-drop on board, you just swing with it, and the Mai will negate it, and then you can play your bigger battle card and swing with it. But this is very cool. It's a very cool little tech that you can do. And it's not once per turn, but I mean, if you activate it again on another copy of Mai, it doesn't stack. It's just gonna, they're kind of just gonna flood over each other, so it's just gonna negate one attack. But this is a very cool card. It's a very cool card. Piccolo Master's Teachings. Auto limit 1. If your leader is green and has Gotenks in the character name, you discard 2 cards from your hand when this card is played. Play up to 1 Gotenks Confusion from your deck, then shuffle your deck. This is the that's the fat Gotenks, I believe. So what's interesting is this card allows you to awaken as early as turn 1, right? And this is acting as another copy of the Fusion Confusion, essentially. Because you play this card, you pitch 2 cards from your hand. They don't even have to be Gotenks and Trunks. Obviously, you would like them to be Gotenks and Trunks. You do this, you play this card out, then you play out the Gotenks. And then the Gotenks allows you to awaken. And then you can pop the Gotenks to grab the 2 cards back. This is really cool. This is really cool. Auto, switch this card to rest mode. When you attack with a Gotenks card with energy cost 5 or more, choose it to one card in your opponent's battle area and use it in a combo in your combo area. That's kind of broken. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's kind of broken. Okay. So a question would be, can you combo with Z battle cards? And the reason why I'm saying that is because they have no combo. They have no combo cost, right? But if you can choose a card in their battle area and use it in a combo, I wonder if because basically when a Z battle card is removed from the field, it's removed from the game. However, if you're using the effect to trigger, and then if the card leaves the battle area, it should just automatically remove the card from the game instead. So the check will fail, but it should be able to remove it. And I wonder if you can take like field spells too. Again, this is kind of like the now all ultimates have that keyword skill. Whenever they're removed from the field, they're removed from the game. But if you if you use like the Mechikabura Unison to steal like Baby Hatch, right? You'll steal it, but it gets removed from the game instead. So I wonder if the same thing would occur with this card, where you can basically take a card, and then like the forbidden effect would go off, where it's like, hey, this card can't be comboed with, so then it just goes to the drop area or it gets removed from the game. So it's very interesting to think about. It may work that way, it may not. But this card is really good. This is the best one out of all 4, out of the 3 that I've seen so far. This card's really good. The Gotenks deck is going to be incredibly good. So if you are a green player and you love playing Gotenks is going to be really, really good. There's some spice we've been working on for Gotenks. I think Gotenks is going to be out of the box. I mean, I won't say out of the box, but I think it's going to be it may be the best deck out of the 4 starter decks, and then depending on how the other decks are, this may be the best green deck in the game when it comes back. Just putting it out there. Agree or disagree, doesn't matter. No, this card though, this card's Snap. I absolutely love this card. I need to get this card, and I hope this card comes in foiling, because this would be dope to see some sort of like foil here. And we have Oolong. Greed is God. We don't have a lot of Oolong cards, so this is actually kind of cool. 1-drop, unique 2Z energy. Activate main once per turn. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards in play. Choose up to one battle card in play, ignoring barrier. This card's power becomes the chosen card's power at the end of at the time you choose it with this skill. At the start of your opponent's turn, this card becomes 4K. That's pretty cool. So, wow. This card, alright, this may be the best out of the 4. It's a very unique card. No pun intended for the fact that it has unique as a keyword skill. This card is really, really good. So there's a lot of different things you can do with this deck. Yeah, and someone's already spoiled one of them. But like, you can go all in on something. And then, like if you play a Mirror Absorb, right? Mirror Creator Absorb, right? You swing with Mira. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Mira... I have to look. I need to check. I know I have a deck here that has Mira in it. So, I think Mira says keep the power for the turn or for the battle. Because it changed. Oh, literally changes everything. Yeah. It says when this card attacks. So it should gain it for the entire turn. So, if you attack with a Mira, and you go up to like 110k, right? Because it gains power for every card in your warp. You can play this for 1, choose the Mira, and then gain that effect, and then swing with Oolong, right? It's incredibly good. You can also like bean a card a bunch if it goes up to like 40, 50, 60k, whatever, and then you can play Oolong, and because bean stays for the turn, you can then use Oolong's effect to then become a 60k or whatever it is. So this is a very cool card. This is a very cool card, very sneaky card, very, very sneaky card. And it's from a saga, Young Son Goku saga. It's the first time I've ever seen that as a tagline before. So I'll have to look at the Ozaru deck. Maybe that's what they're all considered, Young Son Goku. But this card's really good too. So this one's good for different reasons, but this is probably the best card out of the 4. The Mai is a close second. Just because it just gives you defense. Like playing against an aggro deck, this gives you some defense, just inherently. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, this is very interesting. This card's really good. So yeah, those are the promo cards, and then we're gonna shoot over to the secret rare real quick. Just go over this. Bardock, Origin of the Legends. For one, this is really cool. This is the first secret rare we've had that has Bardock on the cover. Gotta love it. The more Bardock cards we get in the game, the better. It's he needs more, more cool art. 8-drop, Ultimate, Deflect, Double Strike, Dual Attack. Activate main if your leader is for 3 energy. If your leader is a Saiyan card and your opponent has 3 or more energy, play this card from your hand. Switch up to one of your opponent's cards. Choose up one of your opponent's cards and switch it to rest mode. So any card. Activate main, remove this card from the game. Choose up to 2 of your opponent's cards in rest mode. Ignore barrier. KO them. During your opponent's next turn, they can only attack 1 time with battle cards. So this is a very good card. Being Deflect, incredible. We only have one other secret that has Deflect, which is Xenocell. We know how that turned out. This is also just a blanket card that can be played in any deck. As long as your leader is a Saiyan, which 80% of the leaders in the game are Saiyans anyways. And it's 3 colorless, so it can be played in any color deck. Yep, it's a pretty good card. Pretty good card. So you play it, tap something, and then you have 4 damage swinging at your opponent. And then you can just pop it afterwards to kill 2 things, and then your opponent can only attack 1 time with battle cards. I don't know if this is better than Sun Gohan Piccolo, though. I don't know. At least for yellow decks. Blue decks, no one's playing this because you're going to be playing Hachiyak. Green Saiyan decks, it's 3 energies a lot. It's probably not going to play it. And then red has Vegeta. And I don't think this card is going to take Vegeta's spot. So we're going to have to see. Black has the Brainwash Kai, which is an incredibly good card. They have access to Pan and the other Kai. So I don't think this card's going to be playable in any of those. So this is really... You're going to have to see if it's meta relevant or not. Card looks cool. Card has a really cool effect. But everyone also said that Sun Gohan Piccolo was terrible on launch, and I don't know why. People just, oh yeah, it's trash. It's a bad card, but they weren't really looking at it for the future. So this card could actually be very, very good, but we'll have to see. We'll also need to evaluate the other 2 secret rares once they announce them. So that is everything for you guys though today. Hopefully tomorrow we have some more reveals for the rest of the set, and we will dive into it then. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.